Yo, what's up guys, it's Aptrix here. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to play the latest Dragon Ball Sparking game on our Android devices, and this is the proper PC version of the game that will be emulating natively on our Android devices. I'll be explaining the minimum requirements, best settings and setup. So before getting started, if you guys are new here, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications as I upload similar videos on my channel. With that being said, let's get started. This is one of the most awaited videos on my channel because we'll be using the Winlator PC emulator for Android to emulate the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game on our Android devices. Well, before getting started, let me show you guys the best settings and how to set up this emulator for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. By the way, for today's video, we'll be using the Winlator Android version 8.0. You can watch my setup video if you want to check out how to add this emulator on your Android devices. Once that has been done though, let me start off by showing you guys the settings for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. If you don't use these settings, then your game may not work. So let's go to box 64 preset, simply set it to performance, and that's about it. You can use the normal performance preset with save flag set to 1. And here are the minimum requirements for playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on your Android devices. You need at least 8 GB of RAM, along with that Snapdragon 695 processor or above. And yeah, that's about it. Winlator will be able to run it pretty easily. So let's start off by creating a new container for our game. Screen size we'll set it to 1280 by 720p, which is 16:9. But if you have a low-end device, go with 960 by 544p resolution. In terms of graphics driver, we'll be using the 24.2.0 Turnip graphics driver, which is the latest version. In terms of DX wrapper, just keep it as default to 2.4 DX wrapper version. That's about it. Enable show FPS audio driver, set it to pulse audio. Scroll down and set the video memory size to 4 GB. And GPU name, you can keep it as default, GTX 480, doesn't really matter. Once that has been done, go to advanced, set the preset as performance, set the Windows version as Windows 10. Scroll down, set the startup selection to aggressive, and make sure to tickmark all of these processor affinity. And yeah, that's about it. You can simply tap on the tickmark button and your brand new container will be created. The next step is to simply open our Winlator 8.0 container and test out the game. That is very hyped nowadays, so you guys will be able to see our emulator has successfully started. Now you'll need to locate the folder where you have stored the PC version of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on your Android devices. As you will be able to see, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is present on my Android device. So let's try it out and see how well does it work. By the way, you also need Microsoft Visual C++ runtime, or else the game will not work. For that, you can basically run Microsoft Visual C++ setup, and if you add it, the game should successfully start. As this is a brand new game, we need the latest Microsoft Visual C++. Once you are done setting up the Microsoft Visual C++, next step is to simply go ahead and go to this directory which you can see at the top. Afterwards, just go ahead and hold the game, then make sure to create a shortcut. And once the shortcut has been created, you can exit Winlator. Afterwards, go to the shortcuts. Afterwards, tap on the container and make sure to use the settings that I showed you guys before. Audio driver, pulse audio, and yeah. Tap on profile and make sure to choose virtual gamepad, enable full screen, and then tap on the enter button. Now starting up will take few seconds, so just be patient. And once that has been done, wait for few seconds until our game actually starts. And there we go guys, our game has successfully started. I'll simply press the A button and create a save data. And there we go guys, as you will be able to see, finally after all the setup and settings, our Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game has successfully started. I'll tap on the start game option and it may take few seconds for the cutscene to load. This is a brand new title, the graphics are very amazing and we are getting around 20 FPS. Now sometimes there may be some graphical glitches because this is an Windows emulator, it is not completely stable. And if you want the best FPS possible or best performance, then I recommend you guys to use the Winlator Glitchy version. But as you will be able to see, our game will now successfully start and we can control our characters. So currently there is no mouse control, so we'll use the X button. And yeah, the FPS is ranging anywhere from 10 to 16 FPS. Not that bad at all. I'll repeatedly press the X button as the instructions go, and there we go. We are fighting Vegeta. And yeah, now we can control our character. So there are some severe frame drops, as you will be able to see. My game is stuck at 0.5 FPS. Anyways, there may be sometimes freezing issues, as you just saw. Now my FPS is back to 9. But yeah, this game does work. If you face any freezing issues, just be patient until it has been resolved. If the game crashes, then you'll need to reopen it. but other than that the game is working perfectly fine, at least on my Android device. I'll be uploading a full detailed gameplay video of testing out this game on my Android tablet as well as inside of the Winlator glitchy version, which provides better FPS. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification, and let me know in the comment section down below what do you guys think about me being able to emulate this game on my Android device. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.